Jumbo, fellow adventurers, and greetings from Orlando, Florida, USA, on this very auspicious day, the day of the U.S. presidential elections. Razor's edge. Are the polls right? Are the polls wrong? We all know what happened 4 years ago. Nothing went as expected. A lot of people were soaring with joy 4 years ago. A lot of people were devastated. And I've got a feeling that's going to happen by the end of today. A lot of joy and a lot of devastation, no matter who wins. So while I wrap up my celebration for A Beginner's Guide to the Universe being released as a paperback just 7 days ago, and thank you all. You have put it into the #1 spot of new releases at Amazon's spiritual self-improvement. Is that the category or what? It's a book I am extremely proud of. It's many years of work. I've been doing readings from the book for the last 8 days. I'm not going to do a reading today. Yesterday was the last day of readings. But every day I'm talking about life in the universe, and we're all beginners, so to speak, as we eat of the forbidden fruit daily. So what I wanted to do today, as I suggested yesterday, is to actually take live questions. No pre-recorded questions. I know that some of you have posted them, and those are great questions for future dives. But right now, start typing your questions, okay, on Facebook or Instagram, only if you're watching live. And as you type those first few questions about anything relevant to life in these sacred jungles of time and space, let's talk a tiny bit about the U.S. election and how you can roll with and master the day. It begins with a big picture perspective, realizing that you're everywhere always at once, that you chose to be here from the loftiest perches imaginable, where you were everywhere always at once with divine mind. And you said, no, let me fleetingly believe in the lies of here versus there, now versus then, have versus have not. It's all lies. It's all a game. It's all holographs. That's where we are right now. And we went with one another. So while individually we would create our reality through these illusions, we would also collectively create our reality. So where does my reality building begin and end with regard to the collective, which is what we're facing when it comes to an election of historic proportions today, when the masses, the cumulative mass energy of beliefs, expectations, will prevail over any single person's individual desires. Maybe in alignment with those desires, may not be in alignment. Here's the thing to remember. We knew the terrain before we took this big jump into time and space. We knew that there would be wonky stuff, silly stuff, scary stuff, and really hideous, ugly stuff. But we knew we'd be safe playing out our adventures in the palm and in the heart of the divine. It's all just a dream, which does not detract from its beauty nor its meaning. But it is just a dream. This is not reality. We're all doing our best, and here is our playground, our laboratory, to discover how powerful we are individually and collectively. And so everything that does unfold and manifest in the collective that is shared by other people is the product of the collective. And this is the rules we insisted upon playing to in our journey. We didn't say, I want to go there and everything must go my way. No, you wouldn't learn everything. You wanted the full raw deal, the full Monty. And so now what you've got to understand is that in this fluid ride in time and space, where we believe it's 2020 and all that stuff, what needs to happen is that the parameters of time and space must be allowed to bring our cumulative thoughts to bear. And so to resist, to be in anger, denial, frustrated because your opponent or your candidate didn't win, is to fight the almighty universe. The best thing you can do is do the best by yourself. hold yourself accountable, raise the bar really high, know what it is you want, and then prepare for that. But then what happens next is going to be a bit of a hodgepodge based on everybody else's thoughts. And if we are in a place where we have a majority of people who want a particular president, then the best thing that could happen would be to have that president, even if it wasn't who you chose. Why? So that we could learn from the experience, so that we could meet it in the flesh, and we could decide whether or not it truly serves us. So whatever happens today, celebrate it. It's not forever. It's not real. It's not permanent. Our spirits are eternal. Whatever happens is playing out for the best of all involved. And to remind you of the note from the universe I shared yesterday, whenever it comes to other people, always and forever, simply wish the best for all involved. Who's to say what that best is? Sometimes that best is actually tripping and falling to learn a lesson that will save you from tripping and falling again. Meanwhile, there still is your private energy where no matter who the president is, you can find happiness. No matter who the president is, you can make a living. No matter who the president is, you can be in love and loved. This is so important to realize. It is not the end of the world, no matter who becomes president or who doesn't become president. So to continue with this note from the universe, simply wish for the best for all involved. And then whatever does happen, no matter what happens, know that it was the best for all involved, even though it might not have been your first choice. That's the same note that I recited from memory yesterday. I think it couldn't be more relevant than today, when we are going to have a nation divided, perhaps a world divided, where there will be many broken hearts by the end of the day. So perhaps it's to those whose hearts will want to break at the end of today that I assure you all is well. It's all playing out to plan. We are all discovering our power, and we're going to get to that place in the winner's circle where everyone respects and honors one another and hears one another out. And this is part of that process. Do not resist what happens today. Allow it. Allow it, and if you can, have a smile on your face. So let me answer your questions. If you have a questions, hello, Winnie and Cynthia and Chris on Facebook. Chicago's in the house. Let me see. How do I best guide my kids through this tumultuous time? I think let your kids, Ellen, guide you, because they're much more tuned in to source, to their higher self, to intuition, and they're not worried about who the president is. We think we need to logically, intellectually micromanage our adventures and the landscape, put ourselves in the right place at the right time. Kids know better, and we don't have to do that. We never did have to do that. Just shine your light the brightest, and then you will have done all that you could, trusting the universe, trusting life, trusting the evolution of consciousness. Hey, we wouldn't have come here if somehow it could go bad. And while it might be a step back here or there, it's always to take 5 more steps forward. We wouldn't have come here if we could be made less. Neither would your kids have come here if they could be made less for whatever transpires in time and space. So no matter who is ahead at different hours in the day, just do a little, yeah, it's working out perfect for the highest good for everyone involved. All right, on Instagram, okay, we got Princess in the house. How to feel hopeful and optimistic in the hardest of times. That you have life is more than you could ever micromanage or manipulate or want from existence. That you are conscious. So focus on that rather than, coronavirus, I can't find a job, I feel really hungry today. Sure, it's easier said than done, but you have life. You have life now. Do you know how many have come and gone who would love to be in your shoes today for another cup of coffee, for another look at the blue sky, to feel cold, fresh air on their skin or hot, balmy humidity on their body? It is such a crazy, awesome gift. There is never any reason not to feel joy in life. And that may seem really naive, but it's all a matter of what you choose to focus on. Remember, you're an eternal being, and all of this is transitory. Hello, Hawaii. Mahalo for being here. Life is beautiful. Yeah. Any more questions on Instagram? Oh, I'm not doing this right. Okay. Okay. I'm looking for your questions. I'm answering live questions today about anything in time and space. Let's see here. Let's see. Austin sends love. Okay. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Holland. Oh, glad you're so here. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you liked today's note from the universe. Okay, Mike, is there a way to use my imagination to influence the outcome? Not necessarily the winner, but the outcome. That love prevails and not hate. In the deepest sense, animal Reiki lady, you can't not get this right. Just that you'd ask that question, just that you have that care in your heart, it's making a difference and it's changing the outcome. It's influencing the outcome. So just smile all day long and know that all is well. And that energy will minimize the fear, will raise the vibration, will create a sense of optimism, and will elicit from every player who receives it, which is everybody on earth, their highest and best behavior, including presidents you don't agree with. So, trust, let it all be. Just allow. How to be more confident with who you are. I guess I would say it's a matter of not judging yourself and realizing that who you are right now is who you most wanted to be, and you are enough. Are you perfect? No. People who are perfect don't come to Earth, okay? You're perfect there. To come here means you're starting all over. And so you're going to have flaws and blemishes, and you're going to have self-doubts, and you're going to stumble, and you're going to fall, and it's all so beautiful. So realize you're not here to be perfect. You're here to grow, and you're here to have fun. So stop with all the criticism and the self-loathing. I know I can speak from experience, and just enjoy every single flipping day. Okay, let's see. Self-sacrifice, good or well, it's supposed to be sacrifice, good or bad? No, I say not good, not good, not good. Self-sacrifice, that is born of a notion of scarcity, and that if one person succeeds, another one fails, so let me fail so you can succeed. It's like we can all succeed. Don't look at it as self-sacrifice. And don't look at service as being selfless. I choose to look at it as being selfish. When I serve, it's because it's what I most want to do. When I serve, I know that I'm creating waves that'll ripple throughout eternity. So there's a place for service. But self-sacrifice implies things that I don't believe are true in time and space. So I would urge that you not view your efforts to better the world or somebody else's life as something that must come as a detriment to yourself. Okay, let me look at Facebook. Any more questions on Facebook? I'm answering questions live. Oh, it's already been a lot. We're celebrating this. By the way, let me wrap it up. We're at 15 minutes almost. This is the last day, or maybe tomorrow is the last day to buy this book, the paperback or any edition, I don't care. And you can join me tomorrow for an hour-long world broadcast, Old Soul Wisdom for 2020. I'm going to go into lots of cool stuff, lots of lofty ideas, bring them down to earth for traction, so that from this point forward, no matter who wins the election, you're going to have a rocking rest of your life. So we're celebrating a beginner's guide to the universe. You can buy it through the link under the video on Facebook or at my bio in Instagram. Swipe up. Thanks for the great questions. I'm going to let you all go. Hey, Marianne. Hi, Mylene. Hey, Winnie again, and Connie, Ruth, and Cynthia. See you tomorrow. And we'll maybe debrief the election. Tally ho, amigo.